The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. What it lies in our power to do, it lies in our power not to do. Place is the greatest thing, as it contains all things. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow, even if that someone is yourself. Fate is the endless chain of causation, whereby things are, the reason or formula by which the world goes on. Do not trust all men, but trust men of worth. The former, of course, is silly, the latter a mark of prudence. The way up and the way down are one and the same. He is richest who is content with the least, for content is the wealth of nature. Circumstances don't make the man. They only reveal him to himself. Eyes and ears are poor witnesses to people if they have uncultured souls. Big results require big ambitions. Character is destiny. All things are parts of one single system, which is called nature. The individual life is good when it is in harmony with nature. Lack of activity destroys the good condition of every human being. Whenever they think of you, do what you think is fair. In old age, we all regret not having killed laziness in ourselves. By all means marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. There is nothing permanent except change. In childhood be modest, in youth temperate, in adulthood just, and in old age prudent. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. Smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. When we blather about trivial things, we ourselves become trivial, for our attention gets taken up with trivialities. You become what you give your attention to. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. He is a man of courage who does not run away, but remains at his post and fights against the enemy. The chain of wedlock is so heavy that it takes two to carry it, and sometimes three. Strong minds discuss ideas, minds discuss events, weak minds discuss people. The world is wonderful because it is a creation of God. In anger, we should refrain both from speech and action. If you do not take an interest in the affairs of your government, then you are doomed to live under the rule of fools. Let him that would move the world first move himself. A ship should not ride on a single anchor, nor life on a single hope. A wise man speaks because he has something to say. a fool because he has to say something. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man. It is difficult to know yourself. It is easy to give advice to others. Steel your sensibilities, so that life shall hurt you as little as possible. Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. A man is never as big as when he is on his knees to help a child. Don't judge your greatness by your shadow at sunset. None can be free who is a slave to and ruled by his passions. Thou shouldst eat to live, not live to eat. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. Reality is created by the mind. We can change our reality by changing our mind. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. The reason why we have 2 ears and only 1 mouth is that we may listen the more and talk the less. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. Nothing is more active than thought, for it travels over the universe, and nothing is stronger than necessity, for all must submit to it. Time is the wisest of all things that are, for it brings everything to light. Our envy always lasts longer than the happiness of those we envy. A bad feeling is a commotion of the mind repugnant to reason and against nature. Love is a god who cooperates in securing the safety of the city. Everywhere man blames nature and fate, yet his fate is mostly but the echo of his character and passion, his mistakes and his weaknesses. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we say. The best people renounce all for one goal, the eternal fame of mortals, but most people stuff themselves like cattle. If you do not expect the unexpected, you will not find it, for it is not to be reached by search or trail. No evil is honorable, but death is honorable. Therefore death is not evil. Happiness is a good flow of life. Be careful whom you associate with. It is human to imitate the habits of those with whom we interact. We inadvertently adopt their interests, their opinions, their values, and their habit of interpreting events. No one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. Mankind is made of 2 kinds of people: wise people who know they're fools, and fools who think they are wise. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Happiness resides not in possessions, and not in gold. Happiness dwells in the soul. Rest satisfied with doing well, and leave others to talk of you as they please. Be silent, or let thy words be worth more than silence. The right question is usually more important than the right answer. The eyes are more exact witnesses than the ears. Do not chase after happiness. It is always in you. Necessity is the strongest of things, for it rules everything. Small-minded people blame others. Average people blame themselves. The wise see all blame as foolishness. Since life is short, don't make it long with bad deeds. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. The happy man is the one who has a healthy body, a wealthy soul, and a well-educated nature. I never desired to please the rabble. Would please them, I did not learn, and what I knew was far removed from their understanding. By desiring little, a poor man makes himself rich. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. From the deepest desires often come the deadliest hate. The end may be defined as life in accordance with nature, or, in other words, in accordance with our own human nature, as well as that of the universe. Good character is not formed in a week or a month. It is created little by little, day by day. Protracted and patient effort is needed to develop good character. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall gain easily what others have labored hard for. A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence. Death does not concern us, because as long as we exist, death is not here. And when it does come, we no longer exist. Man is most nearly himself when he achieves the seriousness of a child at play. Men should strive to think much and know little. Courage is the first of human qualities, because it is the quality that guarantees others. Mind is the swiftest of things, for it runs through everything. Hope is the only good that is common to all men. Those who have nothing else possess hope still.